Hey everyone, hey, I am putting my 1967 BSA Hornet up for sale. Um, it is a matching numbers bike, frame and engine numbers match. I purchased this bike from the original owner. Um, he had ridden it what he estimated to be 10,000 miles back in 67, 68, and 69. And then parked it in. Whenever I ride it into town, people really flock to it and want to know all about it. So the gas tank is a steel reproduction so that I could put modern fuels in it and not worry about the deterioration of the fiberglass. Fiberglass side covers, steel fenders. It has the up pipes here, which were standard on the Hornets. These covers are aftermarket to make it look a little more like a dirt bike. I also have a skid plate on the bottom, in keeping with the Desert Racer look here. What's kind of cool about this bike is the original owner got it and had the dealership put on headlight, tail light, so that he could ride it on the street. So he got it titled from the dealership. The headlight is a really nice original Bates. The rearview mirror is an original Bates. And the Hornets only came with a tachometer. They didn't have a speedometer. So this is correct for the way the bike came. Has a new chain. The engine was completely rebuilt. Bored over, new pistons, rings. It runs the original AMO monoblock carbs. I actually love those carbs. I think they work really well when they're in good shape, and this pair is in good shape. It's generally, even if it's sat for a couple of months, this bike is a 1, possibly 2 kick starter. Very dependable. There's the serial, matching numbers on the engine. The front fender was cut back a little bit with the front stay removed to give it a little more of that Desert Racer look. The guys always cut down and modified everything on these, so I wanted that to reflect the 1960s racer look. High pipes are great. It has all new rubber tubes, new brake shoes, so it actually stops fairly well. New wiring harness. The engine has a standalone electronic ignition that includes a lighting coil. So there's no battery on this bike, no battery needed. And as long as the bike's running, your headlight and your tail light are on. Brake light works. And it's just a real pretty bike that I built specifically just to be a dependable rider. So I wanted this to be something that showed really nicely, and also that I could take out on 50-mile rides and not worry about anything. So I painted all the tin to match. Did the black stripe with the gold pinstripes. The bike's really pretty. I took it to one bike show where it did win second place to a spectacular gold star. I expected that gold star to win, and it did. But I was real happy that people thought that this was the second prettiest, nicest bike in the show. The tank I also lined with the red Caswell. You can probably see that down in there, so that there's no possibility of any rust or leaking. Didn't want to take any chance with the new paint of anything lifting the paint. It's now been well over a year since the paint work was done, and everything's in great shape. So there are no leaks on the tank. So that is kind of an overview. What I'm going to do is strap this GoPro on here, and we'll start her up and go for a ride. Center stand only, no side stand. You turn the key on. Key also works as the off switch. So that is your kill switch up here. You turn your key off to kill the ignition on the bike. Fuel on. Bike runs very nicely. I'm at almost 8,500 feet above sea level here, and even at this altitude it runs very well. I'll run through the 4 gears here for you just so you can hear it. Shifting smooth and just how it should be. Let me start out in first instead of second. So that's it. It's a good runner. If you're looking for something to ride across the country, go buy a Honda. If you're looking for something for your local town, local cruise nights, local vintage bike shows, this thing's absolutely great. Very fun around town. So hey, thanks for looking.